again go on the monkey. He goes on the safe one, resisted though, but the death break can come in with this proc and then lots of damage from Ragdoll.
Yep, I agree. He's going to try and get that defense break on top of that more. He's really going to try and take advantage of it. We need to see a Despair Stun come out here. No Despair Stun's going to be happening. Big skill, too. He's going to be coming in more, taking a lot of damage, though. No additional turn from that Ragdoll, of course. A little bit of damage happening right here. Nice AoE, a lot of dots, a lot of negative effects on the field. Juno is going to be healing up just a little bit, though.
I really like the targeting from both sides. You want to remove that more, and on the other side, you want to get rid of the reset, death break. It's the enabler of the damage, and the monkey shows he's ready for that. Joseph, very important step towards this match. Now you basically kill this more. You're not worried about him. Volantis is going to be so important moving forward.
Yep, he really is. You can see that. Oh my god, the two-turn sleep is going to be landing true. On top of that, Oliver, we're going to see the Despair Stuns coming out of this Juno. Not just yet.
Yeah, I love to see the targeting on Joseph. He knows this Q is a little bit squishier, and you don't want to make this Volantis stun you in the counter, so he goes for a death break and a big proc. The monkey is coming on top. We said we really like this draft. Joseph playing it to perfection. This stun on the Juno is actually delicious because she gets that speed buff on her face. Can he land the death break on the Volantis? Misses it, but it's so much damage.
It's a lot of damage. We knew this Fire Monkey was definitely going to be a problem here, and it's providing a lot of utility and a lot of damage for Dreams Joseph. A big thorn in Big V's side right now with this Fire Monkey.
Nice wordplay, my friend, and let me tell you something. Joseph just might have locked one win right here. A proc from the monkey, completely unnecessary because actually puts him in a more difficult position, but takes game 2. Vamos, Joseph.
A great draft from Joseph and well piloted there, Seppi.
Yes, sir, and let me tell you that ban, not banning either the monkey or Juno, it's so much damage. Like the Veramos is a problem, definitely, it brings heals, but a Veramos doesn't hit hard like a Juno or a monkey.
Yep. You know what? You want to know what the issue here was? I watched the Ragdoll do nothing.
You did say something along the lines of that.
Hey, let me tell you something. The Ragdoll dealt a lot of damage and killed them more, so he might have been the best monster on that side.
Sure.
I've forgotten how
to each their own.
Yeah, to each
No,
their own.
but jokes aside, a very important thing is whenever you play Volantis, and we have seen this from other players like True Will, done very well, he generally picks the Juno earlier and brings the Volantis. We know when you bring a Volantis that a Juno is one of the best counter picks, so I think Big V got a little bit confident in there and didn't prepare very well, set the stage for that Volantis to shine.
Well said.
Oh, let's see what happens. We got more Connell coming up for Dreams Joseph. Laura is the first pick for Big V, looking to capitalize on these other two units. Volantis and Oliver are the pre-bans.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Cardinal this early, but like we said, he has a more limited box. He has to make choices. The Annabelle is a quick reply, and the segment contesting for turn 1. 2 very high base speed units, but Stoic, no speed lead so far, so it means that he really trusts his runes.
Yep, definitely trusting his runes, and we know Segment can be that unit without a speed lead, has that ability to take turn 1 here, but I do think Big V needs some really nice damage deals to really round out this draft here, because he's got to be careful with bringing not as much damage. Raccoon Raccoon is an excellent unit in this case right now, because if you don't bring high damage, Raccoon is going to be a problem.
I really like the Etna pick in here because it tells you I don't need to ban this Annabelle. I can go against it. The Kinky comes in. I don't know if I'm a big fan in this matchup. I think there's a lot of ways that you can get rid of him, but if he brings something besides it, like a Riley, like the Shizuka, then it might be a very, very strong pick.
I'll tell you what, Kinky's a lot better than Ragdoll right now here, and I kind of do like this Vertial for Big V, but again, I do think Raccoon is going to be a problem because that's not a ton of damage and volatility coming from Big V.
I agree with you. I really like the 2 high base speed units on both sides. The Shiho coming in as the last pick is very strong. If you don't ban that speed lead, one of those units can take turn 1 and create a lot of trouble.
Yep, let's see what happens. That Water Monkey is going to get the ban. Laura is going to get the ban as well. We'll see what happens here because there is no speed lead on the side of Big V, but a speed lead on the side of Dreams Joseph. He should be able to still outspeed this segment with that Ethna.
I agree with you. The thing is, can the Etna guarantee that this... What? The segment outspeeds without a speed lead. Oh my God. Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah. Well, there's that third skill going out on top of the Kano. That's the Uni chose to reset here. So we still get Ethna's ability. It gets resisted.
Ooh, gets the resist and the reset on the other side. I think that the plan kind of changed a lot. We know that this Kinky is on Violent, and the Vertihil has no way of being controlled. So right now, you have to give the turn back to the Rakuni so he can cleanse this Death Break and keep the Karno alive until he gets his turns back.
Yep, and that's exactly what's happening right there. Rakuni using that second skill on itself here. Provoke's going to be landing out on this field. Does a land.
Oh, what a big proc from the Annabelle. He chose the targeting perfectly. And now she can AoE or she can play it safe. She goes for the safe play. And we're good with that.
Yeah, definitely the safe play. I think he needed to heal himself up. As much as I wanted to see that third skill lay out there and get some big opportunities here, but we do have the Curse, the Beautiful. Well, we had the Curse of the Beautiful. It didn't do anything.
The Curse of the Beautiful exists. Was it effective? We'll refrain from talk about that.
I still think he has to go with the second skill right here, but opting to go with the first skill there on top of the Rakuni. But I would like to see, he really wants to capitalize off the third skill with the Annabelle, so he's going to be holding on to that with a Shadow coming out here and really not getting a ton of value.
The
Double
counter.
revenge is happening there.
No. Lady RNG once again says, no, my friend. And let me tell you something. The Laura ban, I understand how impressive that unit can be, but Sekhmet is just destroying Joseph this match. The Sekhmet pick was really smart, and he wasn't expecting it to take turn one without a speed lead, right?
Damage. Oh, man. Ethna's looking so low right now, and the Rakuni's got to pump those skill 2s into himself here. And, of course, we've got the defense breaks laying across this Kyle and more as well. Not looking good for Dreams.
Oh, I was going to say, no, he needs to pray for the Annabelle to not pop off, but she does. Gets the heal in, protects the Vertihil, and now you have a huge wall to climb. Very difficult moment. Is this Edna on Violent, maybe? That's why she got outspeed, I don't know.
I have no clue, but this is looking really, really bad for Dreams Joseph right now. He's trying to find a window of opportunity, and he's not really finding him right now. Because there goes that Ethna. Ethna's going to be dropping here. We've got defense breaks in the perfect spots for this Occult Girl. Third skill goes out, and that's definitely going to be it for Dreams Joseph here in this round number 3.
Yeah. So far, Stoic, people that have drafted better have taken the matches. Let's be honest, this draft from Big V was very well-rounded. The Annabelle was very difficult to deal with. The Sekhmet, right, Evan?
Oh, yeah, the draft was impeccable from Big V, and now all of a sudden he's sitting at match point. What does Joseph have to do to bring this back, Stoic?
I mean, it's tough, man. It's tough because, like we said before, not having all those meta-relevant units, it really puts you in a rough position where Big V's not having that similar struggle. So Big V gets to ban and take advantage of his opponent here.
Yeah, I agree with you, Stoic. The point right now is on the second match, he dealt very well with what Big V offered. Maybe he can do something similar to that with a couple changes, because I'm sure Big V has noticed what that pattern was, and now he bans the Juno. That was a big problem. So now he only has the Monkey to deal with the Volantis strategy.
Yep, well, let's see what happens, because we're probably going to be seeing that Volantis going into this match right here. Laura's going to be banned out as well. First pick is coming to Dreams Joseph.
Yeah, I would love to see that, Oliver. Very strong unit. You don't want to leave it to Big V, but Big V can still bring the reset from other win units, like the Chung Pong, like the Cigar that we've seen it, and a very strong fire unit that's been performing amazingly well today, Sekhmet.
Or a Sekhmet that doesn't need a speed lead in the end. Like, it's just so crazy.
Once again, relying on the Annabelle, and very early. It's like I'm watching the EU Cup. That's where normally you see the Annabelle early picked. The Masha is an interesting pick. Not super strong into the Annabelle, but has the protection from the immunity on itself and from its passive.
Yeah, I'm loving this back and forth Annabelle play where Dreams Joseph played it, Big V took it, and here we are again. And this Volantis, we knew the Volantis was coming to the field when we saw that Juno ban there. And I do think this Kinky is a very, very good pick here, because right now it has been revenging at perfect times here, landing those defense breaks, causing a lot of problems with Dreams Joseph, so I'm a fan of this Kinky.
Yeah, there's only one reset on the field. I think that there's a lot of options right here. You know what? The Hagang versus this Volantis might be really good, but then you have to ban the Sekhmet and take whatever the last pick is, right? And we know like that Vanilla might be still a unit that is super strong in this match.
It is when you've laid down a couple passives in there. We've got
Right?
quite a few passives in there.
The Oblivion.
That Doc Pure Vanilla is definitely a great unit that he could be dropping in here, but I think it would be an automatic ban, in my opinion, if he does choose to do that. So let's see what Big V is going to be doing.
Yeah, he's thinking about it. Couple fire units. He can bring another water unit as well. There's only one reset on the field. If you ban the Oliver and bring an Abellio, it's also a very oppressive monster into this. The Nikki double Occult Girl is like, you pre-banned the Laura, I will bring 2 of her sisters.
Yep. We'll play a little bit of double Occult Girl later on, Seppi. I'll show you how powerful this can be. This is going to be insane. I really hope this is something that does go through, but I think it's extremely scary. We could be seeing a, a Vero ban once again. We saw that in previous before because he already banned out the Juno. Oh, no, he banned out the Vero and then left the Juno through, but the Juno's pre-banned. The Vero's probably going to get banned out in this match right here.
Yeah, I'm expecting... Oh, the Oliver, interesting. He didn't want to deal with a reset on 2 units. I like the Nikki ban. I think Nikki was going to be too oppressive, the damage into the Death Break. We have 2 options of AoE Death Break, so it was going to be a very strong unit. Match point for Big V. Here we go. Segment taking turn 1. Who will she reset?
Immunity on the other side of the field as well. I think you kind of have to go for the reset on top of that Masha, stopping that unit from doing anything crazy. Here we go. We do land that reset. Gets that slow, though, on top of that Sekhmet.
Yeah, and the good thing is you can save that skill too right now. You can go for a strip and stun, and he hits it on the main unit you want to hit it to. Do you give the turn back to Veramos to go for a stun? Yes, sir! Yeah. Gets it on the Annabelle. Look at Veramos showing up in the biggest stage on Earth.
Yeah, Dreams Joseph definitely staying alive right now. Putting Big V on the back foot with those Despair stuns out there. No additional turns going to be popping out. We know this is a violent Kinky. It's not a Despair Kinky, so we're not going to see any trick Despair stuns happening here.
Yeah, very good point. The Veramos doing some work. If he procs right here, he can remove a unit, but he doesn't. The thing is, the Annabelle will come online if he doesn't get stunned right now. Does he go for it? Yes!
Man!
A beautiful targeting choice on the Annabelle. He goes for it, though. She doesn't proc. Now it's going to be everything on Veramos and Rakuni's hands to keep their team alive. Give the turn back to this Masha, and you can go ham on removing this segment from the field. No greed shown from Joseph.
Yeah, none at all. So much damage coming out of that Masha, able to remove the unit from the field here. We've got this light Druid Volantis looking to try and do anything that he can, but the biggest problem here is this Veramos and this Rakuni bringing out way too much sustain for Big V.
Yes, sir. The Annabelle is finally going to take a turn, but the question is, do you play risky or do you just heal?
Honestly, I think he's at a point where he has to play risky. I want to see that 3rd skill hit the floor, and then he has that 2nd skill primed and ready.
The best of both worlds. He was due a proc, and he gets it. A lot of damage.
One defense break's going to land on the field, though.
Yeah. Oh, 1 HP on the Mar. Can he save it? No proc from the Rakuni, a proc from the Masha? No, sir. But the heals come in. The Veramos doing silent work. Carrying the load of keeping its team alive. Keeps hitting. Can he get something that I'm not going to call it? Because if I say it, it's going to be my fault.
Oh, well, let's see what happens, because this Annabelle's trying to take a turn here, but no additional turns and no sleep's going to be happening there. Beautiful Despair stuns, though. Looks like Dreams Joseph really finding his opening here with all that sustain.
Everything on Kinky. Kinky has to be so clutch in here with a Death Break into a proc, because if you don't proc, the Veramos and the Rakuni will cleanse the team and keep them alive. The Masha misses, but keeps wilding down and getting lots of damage on this Volantis. Once you kill the Volantis, this game, the proc that we talked about.
That's a really big proc there. He's able to drop a unit. Looking a little bit better for Big V right now, though.
Yeah, this is a very close match. Any proc on each side can define it. Let's see if the Masha also gets a proc on her side. No proc from Annabelle. One touch. You don't even need to use the skill, but he uses it to get some healing in there. Gets countered, gets another proc, and gets the skill back.
I think Masha can potentially end this thing. We'll see what happens, though. Does get a beautiful stun. No 2nd skills available on this Masha, so he's going to keep coming away. Does get that 2nd skills available with a kill on that Volantis. Looking a lot better right now.
Agility from the Rakuni. He doesn't even need to use it, or he can give it to Veramos to get the 2nd skill back. Keeps dealing damage. Can she crit? No, she doesn't land the Death Break, and the heal from Annabelle comes out. This is a super close match.
I feel like he's got to keep going at this Masha. He has to get this dismount because he's able to violent proc. This could be absolutely huge. Not violent procking here. We got more damage coming toward the Annabelle. Annabelle's trying to get rid of beautiful stuns on both those units. units on Big V's side of the field right now. He's going to keep pummeling away the damage on top of that Annabelle, though.
I love the targeting on Dreams Joseph's side again. Focusing the right units one by one. The biggest threats are falling. He's taking deep breaths. The hit doesn't work for the Annabelle. Damage coming in. Can the Masha kill her?
Needs to crit water. He's got to go in.
Yes,
Does
sir!
get that kill there. And that's got to be it, though. I know the Kinky's going to be really tough to deal with, though. So I think he has to honestly open up with a second skill here. Doesn't choose to open up with a second skill.
Yeah, if he gets a stun with Pheromos, the game's over. But he doesn't. Damage still coming out. This Masha hits so hard that doesn't even proc the passive.
It's a lot of damage, though.
So much damage.
Is there an additional turn coming out of Masha? No additional turn. He's got to go second skill. I think he has to go second skill. He has to.
Yeah, you got to drop her. You got to guarantee a drop. He's thinking about it. He doesn't want it. And 1 HP. The Masha survives. No death break on the way back. The Masha bringing it. Not enough damage. Gets countered, but the Pheromos. Yes, sir!
That's enough damage.
2-2.
Man.
Like a true champion, Dreams Joseph gets game number 4, and we get our first best of 5 all the way.
Joseph showing that he has what it takes to take on Big V, but is he going to take it in the long run? Both players at match point right now. Let's ask the audience. Who do you think has this next one? Wow.
There's a big V crowd over here. Let's see if Dreams Joseph can adapt on this game. And now showing he could play without the Juno, right, Stoic?
Yeah, he definitely can, and that Veramos was super impactful. There's that ban going out on that Kinky. Doesn't want to see it. Big V doesn't want to see that Oliver either, though.
I like the adaptation. The only problem is that now you have to deal with that Laura for sure, and you're gonna have to find a way to not have to go against the triple girls. We might see the Laura segment into Annabelle Nikki.
We might see that Hay gang as well, because Big V was pre-banning out that Hay gang, and we might see it going into this match, and we're going to see that bread and butter come back with Dreams Joseph. We've got the Moa, we've got the Masha coming back in, yeah.
The best ruined units. I love that. Go with what you know, and then adapt to what your opponent is doing. Let's see what Big V brings to the table. Will he go with also something that he feels secure about? Yeah, we called it. Annabelle and Sekhmet, they've been working great for him. In the last match, the Annabelle was controlled, but he's like, that cannot happen twice.
Oh, let's see what happens. Annabelle and Sekhmet come back to the table. Raccoony and Camilla, I do think that's a strong draft here. It's very, very difficult to deal with both these units, and it worked out very, very well for Dreams Joseph in the past.
Yeah, I prefer the Raccoony to the Juno here because there's so much AoE and double AoE death break, and oh my god, a lot of passives, 4 to be exact. And if you pick a Juno, it's 5, so Oblivion is on the table, the Dark Pure Vanilla, and an Asima showing off without any immunity.
So
Great
that
pick.
Asima is a fantastic pick right there, because I feel like we all know that Dark Pure Vanilla is not making it way through. But at the same time,
oh, I loved the Asima,
the
actually.
Asima too.
I loved, he goes for the safest, let's say, because the Nikki brings more sustain to the table. You know, like you said, maybe the Dark Pure Vanilla is getting banned, so you got afraid of the combo not going through, so, you know, trust the player.
Let's also keep in mind, Dreams Joseph's drafting completely unwill. There's no will on Dreams Joseph's side of the field. We've seen this plenty of times before. I don't even think the Eth is built on will either, but that's Triple Coco. Triple Coco can be extremely dangerous.
Very good point. Right now, will he continue to ban the Laura or swap it up this time? Yeah, he says, I don't want to play against the Laura.
That's wild.
And it's very interesting because we're going to see a very fast segment taking turn 1, resetting something, then there's going to be heal block coming out from Nikki. Is this a very fast Nikki that just outspeeds Joseph even with a speed lead? Let's find out.
This is wild here. We got this third skill. Let's see if he lands it. Does it stay true? It has to stay on top of this Masha to keep that damage back for Dreams Joseph.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, he goes for the more. It's a surprise. Can the Masha remove with a proc right here? No, resisted.
No defense break either. If he saw that, I think Big V would be in a lot of trouble right now if he had gotten that, but he didn't get it here. I think he's going to stay on that segment. He's really trying to get the damage in here. That Oblivion has only one place to go.
Misses, but he has the opportunity to land the Oblivion. Who do you like as a target for it?
I feel like he's got to put it on top of the Raccoony. I know this unit's built on max resistance, but he chooses to put it on top of this Annabelle, this Camilla here. We're going to see this skill 3 into another skill 3, or he has to go back to back with these units.
I think so. I think so. I agree with you.
Oh!
There's a... Oh, It doesn't land anything.
Nothing. We got absolutely
Full
nothing.
res. To be honest, I can almost guarantee you this. Raccoon has 100% res, and the Camilla is very high res, but not landing on the more is a surprise. Oh my God, so much damage.
Imagine if those defense breaks were there. Would have been
No
insane.
stuns on the way back though. He lands the oh, a block from Masha to finish up the segment. He needs procs from the Raccoon to be back on this match, and he gets it.
Oh,
yes,
man.
sir. Raccoon showing up to the match is everything on the pure vanilla stoic. He keeps going. He needs the extra turns. If he lands asleep, might change completely the match, and he gets it.
He does get it down. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say anymore. But this could be really, really bad if he's able. Oh! I didn't want to say it.
Oh my God, that hurts
Look
so
at the damage.
much.
Look at this damage.
Can the Masha remove the Nikki or the pure vanilla? He goes for
Got
the
to use
Nikki.
a
Oh, but
beautiful
doesn't
additional turn
land.
there. He's able to get that. Nikki's put down to a very, very low amount of HP. I do believe Annabelle's got skills up the.
No, he deserved. He
Wow.
deserved to keep that monster alive. He finishes it off. He needs a proc from Camilla. It's due. No proc. He will get the heal and everything right now. Lands on Raccoon. Raccoon can go for the himself to try to cleanse, but doesn't get it.
Yep, doesn't get it there. We need that Raccoon to get the additional turns, try and get as much staying on the field. Same thing with the Camilla. We want to see lots of additional turns at both these units here, but this is very, very tough. I think he has to just go with the skill 2. Use that skill 2, get that slow off your Nikki. That's got to go. There's no way you don't use that.
So many resistances coming out of
What?
this Nikki. And this Nikki just keep procking and no procs on the Raccoon and the Camilla. Now there's an opening for the Oblivion. He can even go for skill 3 and then
Wow.
reduce. The slow is so hurtful. Lots of damage. The Masha, please land a death break.
Doesn't land
doesn't.
that death break, doesn't
It
get
doesn't.
the additional turn. If he had gotten that additional turn or
Yeah.
that defense breaks, he'd be regretting not using that skill 2 cleanse on himself.
Everything's on the Raccoon right now, so he has to try to throw it on her again. Oh, he misplayed. You had to throw it on the Raccoon, so he couldn't cleanse it. Throws it on the rock unit. There's an opening for Joseph. Give it to the
massive
Masha.
opening for
Give it to
Joseph
the
here.
Masha right now, or you can give it to the Camilla and pray for a proc. Gives it to the Camilla.
Wow, gives it to Camilla. Camilla
Pray
can
for
have
a proc.
this unit up here. No proc, and now he has that skill 2 to heal himself
Missed
up
a
there.
crit.
No additional turns going to be popping out here. Annabelle with a very dangerous first skill.
The RNG is saying no.
Goes in with the skill 3. Does land defense breaks on top
He
of this
needs a
Camilla,
proc.
though.
He's due a proc at this point. No proc.
Proc's going to be coming. We do have, I believe, Nikki with that third skill available in some very low units on the side of Dreams with another additional turn here popping out here for Big V with skill 2 available. Obviously to place the Oblivion on top of this Raccoon this time. Does land it.
Now he plays it right. The Camilla has to land this.
Wow.
100% res. Nothing gets on this Nikki. The Nikki is definitely the MVP in here. So much damage. Takes it home. Big V with big damage from the Nikki. A proc from the Masha to try to finish her. And this Nikki is unkillable.
Unkillable indeed. It's crazy to see how far this Nikki's lasted here. And it's just more additional turns coming out of this first skill, man. Absolutely insane. Occult Girls Are Wild, round 5, going to Big V.
And it's Big V!
Nobody leave yet. Wait till I get it out.
It goes to Waika, right? Yep.
Guys, our first game 5. Congratulations, guys. Let's hear it for Dreams Joseph and Big V. Big V, very well played. Done very well. Congratulations. First off, when it got to game 5, did you get nervous?
打到第5局了，紧张不？还好，收。
Okay, so more importantly now, how do you feel about your next match against Reese?
你现在感觉怎么样？对下一场对战瑞斯？
我想先对，就是我现在这个对手，跟他说不要躲在屏幕后面，明年来到现场，然后我们再战。
he want to say something to Dream Joseph first. Say, don't hide behind the screen. See you on the arena next year.
And how do you feel about Reese?
对 Reese，
He's so strong and he's smart and 我要为 Falling Flower 报仇。
I'll take revenge for Fallen Flower.
Yes, he said he's very strong, he's very smart, but he's going to get revenge for Falling Flower. Thank you, Big V. Congratulations. Thank you, Translator. All right, guys, I guess you got your answer. You heard it here first. Take it away, boys.
Big V with a great showing already, and he's got aspirations beyond this. He's out for revenge for Falling Flower there, Seppi.
Yeah, very, very interesting match, Evan. Our first Game 5. I'm super excited. We got these incredible picking bands, a lot of variety, and who would have thought? A lot of occult girls today.
That's right. You know, I would go as far to say as today has been spicy.
Very spicy.
Spicy.
Suspiciously spicy. Yeah, very spicy indeed. It was a privilege to watch those two players play. I forgot how much I actually love watching Joseph's matches because he emotes so much. You can see inside his head what's going on. He clearly tells you. Take a look at the highlights here, guys.
Yeah, let's see what happened in these matches. A highlight right there of a monster attacking a human.
Yep. It's called Boop in the Snoot.
The first match decided by that water monkey, you know, the pick and ban was very strong from Big V's side. Joseph was not ready for it, so not a big surprise. Then game 2, we saw the other side of the story, right, Stoic?
Yep, that's right. I mean, it was a great play, a great game for Dreams Joseph there in that round number 2. It really is. I feel like this is just one of those things where it was such a night and day to watch and go back and forth with Dreams Joseph's victories over Big V, but then ultimately, of course, Big V taking his victory over him. Like, this is a David and Goliath moment with these two players. And it was a great show. It really was. It was a great show for both of them.
Yeah, I agree. It could have gone either way on that match number 5. RNG was a little bit more towards one side. We have to check the resistance on that Nikki because nothing got through on her. You know, it resisted literally everything the whole match.
Oh, and I loved getting to see the Veramos in play there.
And shining, Evan. How cool is to see my first 6-star in the game, actually.
Yeah, mine too. That was a really cool match to see. He did a lot for the whole team. He was one of the MVPs in that whole game.
Totally agree with you.
Thompson's face is so good.
Yeah, and it's so cool to see a monster like Kinky that it's so hard to counter, being countered by, you know, a lot of sustain on the Rakuni and a lot of damage from the Masha. At the end there, a couple of times she attacked and hit so hard that it didn't even counter, right?
Yep,
it went over that threshold.
Yep, exactly. Awesome gameplay there. Yeah. I love the Kinky. The use of the Kinky was definitely something that Big V, I don't want to say relied on, but it's something that he definitely was able to put to use here. Up against the majority of his matches with Dreams Joseph, it became a massive problem for him to deal with.
Yeah, this match was very interesting. I think another key moment was the Nikki popping off and just, you know, getting those extra turns, dealing a lot of damage, and the Camilla missing that crit. He had the choice between giving the turn to either Camilla or Masha. I would have given it to the Masha and just try to go for the kill into the proc. The Camilla missed the crit and didn't proc. There was definitely a little bit of RNG involved there in the end, but it could have gone either way.
Yeah, and you can see the Big V was still trying to learn how to navigate Joseph. Joseph gave him a run for his money there too, and you know, he was even thinking about, do I put the Oblivion on the Rakuni? Do I put it on the Camilla? Something like that, just trying to feel out that matchup a little bit. And the Nikki really shined. You remember, guys, the Nikki was almost an Asuma at the start of this game too, which shows that Big V has tools left that we haven't seen.
Yep, that's right. I mean, we saw that Asma. We were a little disappointed the Asma didn't go through, but clearly the occult girls are what shined throughout that match. So you know what, Nikki was an excellent decision, you know, after we see that match played out there. But I do think, you know, we did see a little bit of misplays with Big V playing around that Rakuni. Like you said, Rakuni's just such a difficult unit to play around, and you're placing Oblivions, you're placing negative effects, but Rakuni's in a position where he's going to be cleansing it out. So the misplay was obviously placing on Rakuni in that moment where we watched Rakuni cleanse up the Camilla at that time. So that's definitely a troublesome unit. It's not the end of Rakuni. We're still going to see lots of Rakuni throughout the day, you know, and like you said, it's a tough unit to play around for sure.
Yeah, and you called it out too, Seppi. There was an exchange there of, I'll use the word misplay. It sounds a little extreme to call it that. I'll use the word misplay. It's like, you know, putting the Oblivion on the Camilla instead of the Rakuni, and then we had Dreams Joseph right after that, giving the turn to the Camilla, instead banking on the Violent proc, which is admittedly way less consistent than Masha.
There's a couple options there for people at home that have to think about how to play around a Rakuni. You have to take into account that once you hit a monster, the HP will go low, and probably that's going to be the one that's going to be the lowest, and then the Rakuni will cleanse it, right? So you don't want to put a bunch of debuffs in there, but I hear we got something on screen over here.
Oh yeah, something keeps popping up below us right there. That might have been one of the foretold codes that we talked about at the top of the show. Like we said, guys, we have the Swc2023 emblems as well as other codes along the way too, so be sure to keep an eye out. Right there is the first one. LA, are you ready for SWC23? I would hope so, because we've already started.
Is this my guaranteed Juno? I see a fire scroll.
Maybe.
If you at home believe that I will finally pull Juno tonight and that this is it, fingers crossed.
I believe. Let's get you a Jameer and a Juno. You've been wanting one for so long. Wouldn't that be great? That'd be awesome. Yeah, we'll have to redeem that later. Somebody write down that code for us. And if you're on iOS, remember that we have lovely mods in chat. We're posting links there, so be sure to interact with the link, redeem the code, take a screenshot for later, share it with your friends. It'll be a great time.
Share some love with our mods. They do a hard job, you know? And thank you everyone at home for being here with us. It's such a beautiful day, amazing players, a lot of variety of strategies, you know? And we haven't seen Ganithor, which is always
It's always a pleasure, you know, to see a Ganithor. Guys, we've had such great games already. The quarterfinals are behind us, but we're still looking forward to the semis. Stick with us. We'll be right back after this short break.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're enjoying the show. I'm out here outside the arena. Gonna get some people's feedback that are watching on the big screen back here. And follow me. Hello, sir. Can you state your name?
My name's Gabriel.
Gabriel, are you enjoying your time here, sir?
With my son.
So are you having a good time?
I am having a good time. It was very interesting. That last match was insane.
You enjoyed that Game 5 a lot, huh? It was awesome. It's nice to see a Game 5, and it was a really good showing.
Yeah, it was.
Who'd you vote for?
I voted for True Will, so I'm...
All right, we got a True Will supporter. Thank you, guys. On to this gentleman with the lovely beard. And he looks like he brought the boys out with him.
This is Tommy, this is William, and Big Tom.
Big Tom. Got two Toms and a Willie. All right, guys. How you enjoying the time out here?
Absolutely loving it.
Boys, you guys loving it?
Yeah.
Guys having a good time?
Yeah.
Good, good, good. Who'd you guys vote for?
I voted for True Whale. Dream Joseph.
Dream Joseph. Okay, so your guy's out.
Yeah, so is mine. I went with Falling Flower.
Okay, we got Falling Flower. We got one family, 3 different votes. But enjoy the show, guys. Hang tight, grab some food, and thank you for your time. And follow me, follow me, follow me. And we got another lovely lady here. Could we have your name?
Oh, hi, I'm Terry.
Terry, are you enjoying your time here today?
It's wonderful. The weather's great, too.
It's great. It's great to be out here. The competition's been fierce, and we've had a great time so far.
Yes, absolutely.
And who'd you vote for?
I voted for Spires.
We got a Spire supporter, but maybe next year.
Yeah, next year. But now I've turned into a Reese fan for sure.
Okay, I think Reese won over a lot of the crowd. But we're going to break, guys. We'll see you back in a few minutes. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the show. Thank you, guys. Thank you.